So today I thought I want to get started on planting snapdragons. Sorry if my voice sounds weird or if I'm coughing. I am just getting over a bout of COVID. So I have a couple of trays. I have a big one too. I think what I'm going to do is do soil blocks for my snapdragon, just because I want to start a lot of them. And I do want to move them into the hoop house. I'm planning on moving my hardy plants. So I'll do kale and brassica, So I'll do my brassicas like kale and broccoli, as well as my cold tolerant flowers like snapdragon, ranunculus, anemone, lisianthus even. I'm hoping to move them in to the hoop house in March. Cross my fingers, even if I have to put a little heater in there over some nights. But I do want to try and just make it as efficient as possible as it is, using light and the sun as its heat source. So I'll see how that goes. I have a few ideas on what I should do, and I'll just see how it all works out. I have a couple of thermostats in there to measure the temperature, and I'll just start experimenting with that maybe by the end of February. I actually have not been in my hoop house maybe since the last video I have of me in there. It's just, yeah, I haven't even wanted to go outside or do anything. But anyways, hopefully that's gonna change. I'm really trying to just do more things, just accomplish more things. I feel a lot better when I do. And today's task is getting these snapdragons planted. So I have a bunch of different varieties. I have apple blossom, I have black prince, I have a rocket mix, Madame Butterfly ivory, Madame Butterfly red, and Potomac custom mix, Johnny's Potomac mix. I believe, there's another one. I have Madame Butterfly bronze as well. So yeah, half of my snapdragons I think I'll move into the hoop house in March. Half of them I'll use outside in the landscape or in the flower beds or in the raised beds in the backyard. And I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do. I just know I love snapdragons. I love to cut them. I love to have them in the house. They last a really long time as cut flowers. And they're very easy to grow. So I'm going to start just a bunch of them and figure out where I want to put them all later. And how I've been starting seeds lately, especially for things like this and lisianthus, things that I want to have a lot of, I am using soil blocks. It just helps so that I don't have to use as many lights. These soil blocks have been working fine. I think I don't have the best potting mix to use with the soil blocker. You really want something that doesn't have any chunky bits in it, especially because I'm using this really small soil blocker. I might have to add more water to it. What you want is it to feel like, like what chocolate cake. If you've ever squeezed it in your hands, you do want a tiny bit of water to start seeping out of your knuckles when you grab like a handful and squeeze. So I think I'm going to have to add just a little bit more. I brought some water with me, and I always carry a bit of vermiculite with me. And this will just scatter over the top when I'm done planting. And to label things, because soil blocks you can't stick like a wooden label like I have been doing, I keep some Post-its, a pen, and a little roll of tape. And I'm just gonna sort of draw a diagram or a little key for myself, and I'll tape it to the side of the tray that I'm using. And I'm just gonna get started. And this might be cheating, but because it's so difficult for me to press it down from the top, I flip it over and I press the soil into it. That's how it comes out. Sometimes the blocks don't seem so fully formed, and that's when I don't press hard enough or, get it really compacted enough. But that looks pretty good. I wonder how many I could fit on this. So 6 by 20. Yeah, 120. I can start 120 on this. I broke it. Maybe I just need to press hard enough on this. Maybe I need to put some like super glue or something on this. Just, when you have anxiety, maybe people who have anxiety know and can relate, but just the smallest things, really can stop me, prevent me from doing things. That's how I've been feeling lately. I really don't like that feeling. So what I'm going to do is just put this to the side. I'll deal with this immediately after, but this is a task that I want to get done. So I have this tray, and this flood tray. I think it's a 128 cell tray, something like that. And I'm just going to fill this with snapdragons for now. Hopefully I will get this tray filled up. For now, I'm just going to make sure that I get something done by the end of today. So I'm going to go ahead and pot this up. Okay. Oh gosh, it's such a bummer. Hopefully I do get it fixed. Yeah, hopefully I do get it fixed. I didn't even use it for that many things. I just got it. Ugh, this gets kind of messy. And I'm in my office, which has carpet on the floor, as you can see. I'm sitting on the floor. I have a desk, but it's for my computer. I should probably set up, a good space for myself to do seed starting. I was thinking about the garage, but the garage is really Brendan's space, and it gets cold in there, which I could deal with, of course, if he didn't mind. I don't know. We kind of had an agreement that he gets the garage. This house is mine. So, okay, I filled this tray up with soil. I got that all done, packed in enough, not fully packed in, but enough so that there's not big air pockets. And I figured out what was wrong, or what I was doing wrong with the soil blocker. I shouldn't have turned it over and pushed the soil in. So for you all, if you all are using a soil blocker like mine, just push down on it hard enough. I think while I was pushing it in, I was also kind of pulling this top part out of where it sits to the base, that grid where it makes the soil blocks. So if you just push down on it like this, it works. So I got this mostly filled up. I'm just going to do one more on the ground and fill in where I had some bad blocks formed. Then I think I'll put in a little extra because there's space. I might put plant some extra eucalyptus. So I started a few seeds, only 3 of them germinated. They already have their true leaves showing. And I'll just plant a few more, just to have a few more going. Hopefully I can keep those potted in containers and just bring them in for the winter, because they definitely won't survive or perennialize out here. For these soil blocks, so because these are smaller, these are the things I'll get into the ground first. So, and on this big tray, The seedlings can grow on for a longer time here. They can get bigger, and I can leave these to plant out a bit later. So the types of snapdragon that I have, Costa, Potomac, Madame Butterfly, and Rocket, they're organized into different groups, and that basically tells you under what conditions they're more likely to flower. So groups 1 and 2, which Costa is a group 2, my only one in groups 1 and 2, they're going to bloom more towards the spring. So when days are shorter, when light is softer. And those are the ones that I want to get into the hoop house earliest. So I think for those, I'll definitely be planting them in these soil blocks, just because I know that they will be in here for a less amount of time. Hopefully I can get all of these snapdragons in March, but Costa for sure, I'm going to make sure they go in as early as I can. Potomac, Madame Butterfly, and Rocket. Rocket is a group 4. Potomac and Madame Butterfly are group 3, I believe. Rocket's going to be my last priority. And then I think in this, I'll be planting Potomac and Madame Butterfly. I might just make this whole tray a Madame Butterfly tray. Okay, I don't know if I was hallucinating, seeing things. I can't seem to find my Costa mix, my packet of seeds. Now I'm wondering if I ever really had it or if I just thought I had it. I will review the footage because I'm pretty sure I was saying the names as I was going through my seed packets. I just don't know where it could have gone. Just so strange. I will do Madame Butterfly all in this tray. It's a group 3, group 4. So it likes to bloom when the days are long, when it's hot, when there's some intense sun. And I have 3 different varieties. Madame Bronze, Red, Bronze, and Ivory. There are 16 rows on this. I think I'll do 5 for red, 5 for bronze, and then 6 for ivory, just because I like that color more. It can go with a lot more things. Light is required for germination on these. So I'm not going to really compress any holes. I'm just going to put the seed on top. I know these are very small seeds. And then I'll cover with a light layer of vermiculite and just spray it down. And I always have really good germination on these. On the packets, they do say the germination rate like 93, 89. So I could do 2 seeds per cell, or I could do 1 and then just fill in. Okay, it might be 2. These seeds are so small. And I'm just going to cover it up after I just did the red. I'll cover it up with vermiculite so I don't get confused and accidentally put the other colors into those cells. How vermiculite helps is that it keeps moisture. There's lots of nooks and crannies in these. It's basically just like popped rocks, just like expanded rocks. So there's lots of nooks and crannies for water to stay in and moisture to be kept in and not evaporate out. So it keeps moisture levels so your seedlings don't dry out without keeping everything too wet. And it also can't grow directly on vermiculite, so it stops algae from growing on the tops of these trays. Gosh, I just don't know where that packet of the Costa seeds went. I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. I honestly do. Like, I was sure that I had it. Sure that I read it off of the seed packet. Very glad I got the the soil blocker to work. Maybe I underestimate myself and I was just too hard on myself thinking that, oh, that one hindrance would stop me from getting anything done. Okay, all the seeds are all done. All the seeds are planted in here. I sprinkled vermiculite on top, and I'm just gonna go with my spray bottle from Home Depot and just make sure the surface of all these cells are wet. I want to make sure the seed is touching the soil. I don't want to use my watering can because that might flood the cell. Then the seed might move into another cell. There, one tray done. I am going to put this on the shelf. I'll show you where how I'm putting it under grow lights after I get everything planted. Actually, I'm just going to put it away for now. And then for this, I don't know if I should leave some space, leave some of these blocks for Costa that may or may not exist, or if I should just start the plant, I might just do, I'll think I'll make this. So I finished seeding. I got a little bit more done actually than I thought I would, which is nice. Here's my lisianthus from a few weeks ago. Here's the snapdragons, Madame Butterfly I just did. I have some pea microgreens. I'll cut it off and maybe saute it or put it in soup or something. I've tried some leaves off of it. It tastes like peas. Behind that is my violas that I started. You can tell actually when you look at it, the violas were the first thing I did, then the lisianthus, and now the snapdragons with the soil blocks. And I've gotten much better at actually making the blocks. My violas, it's pretty messy. The blocks are pretty messy. It's all kind of one blob now, which is fine. And I'll just take them apart. They'll still be easy to take apart. On the bottom is my peppers that I have under the lights. I put a box and then the rest of my snapdragons just to get it closer to the lights that are up on the shelf above it. And yeah, I am probably going to be doing a lot more in a couple of weeks, a lot more seed starting. Maybe even before that, I just have to organize all my space and make sure I have enough space, plug in all my lights, get the timer going. I do have a timer plugged into the wall. And right now I think it's set, I don't know the exact time. It's maybe 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., something like that, 12 hours of light. Anyways, I am going to go help Brendan to clean downstairs in the room where we need to do the flooring next. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.